FOG Andrew here, and the coach here, and Ryan here from Family Gamers. Welcome, War Gamers, to an exciting, awesome episode. So, we're here in the outdoor bunker. You hear the birds chirping. It's like a back to its roots episode because no mics, just good old-fashioned us chilling out and talking about stuff, essentially. So, we got some interesting stuff to talk about. We're going to have to talk loud because we got no mics, but that's okay. But yeah, so before we actually get started, what do we got for the Boolin sesh today?
So we are in for a big treat. You are in for a treat. I got us some Guillermo Olivas. So I know Oliva's our favorite. Well, one of our favorites. But you know, one of our favorite brands. This is a nice light, creamy. Right? What do you think?
Very good.
Very good, right? Okay.
And then for the adult beverages, what do you have, Ryan?
I have a Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. It's pretty good.
And then for us, what do we got?
We had the Ukrainian Obolon,
Okay.
which is 12% alcohol.
Yes, so we might get a little tipsy in this episode, but...
Two hands.
What?
2 hands.
What do you mean?
Slava Ukraina.
I'm already dripping stuff. Anyway.
It's already intoxicating.
Yeah. So...
That really hits. It's good.
it's
Really
a good drink.
Good.
We got an exciting episode because it's official. It is official. So there's been talks about the Nightstalkers coming to Mantic's Deadzone and Firefight. Nightstalkers are already in Kings of War. So now bringing it into the sci-fi universe of Mantic Games, you know. You haven't seen anything. I've seen a little bit, and you've done a lot of research on that. So, you know, we're gonna.
Well, I've been waiting for over a year for this, and you're editing this, right?
I am.
It's about time that they're here. So,
Fabian's gonna have to censor.
I've been itching for a new faction in Deadzone. I mean, I understand Firefight, but there's a new faction in Deadzone. I think it's important because I think we have Halo coming out. I think, like we said in the last video we did, that I'm looking at Halo as a new faction in Deadzone. That's just the way I look at it. That's why I'm excited. So another faction in Deadzone is here. We're going to go over the models. I don't know the rules. I hope that they did a good job on it because I don't want to have to rip it apart. But I am very, very excited about it. So,
yeah.
Without further ado, I think we should get to it. Ryan has not seen them.
No.
So
I don't even know. They just pulled me in for this. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's the fun part. That's the fun of Family of Gamers. You don't know what the heck is going on.
There's a bunch of videos you always showing up like, oh, I didn't know you did that. Thank you. Oh, you did this. Thank you. So,
all right. So they put out the article, the Nightstalker threat.
Yeah, but I've been
tears into the future. Yeah. Well, you want to go over? Right?
I will. Yeah. All right. So now.
And I'll probably have pictures on the screen or not. We'll see how lazy I get.
Yeah,
but...
So there is a Nightstalker force, and there's
Firefight.
For Firefight, which I'm a little upset that they didn't do one for Deadzone. So I think it's like, well,
I feel like it's got to be coming though. Like they're gonna have to do. I feel like they're gonna have some kind of Nightstalker.
Faction
starter and boosters like the other faction, because that would be really dumb not to do that.
Well, either that or it's like we're gonna come out with just buy the Firefight one and play it in Deadzone. Oh, since you have a whole box of these guys and they're painted up, why don't you just run them in Firefight?
Right.
All right. So,
here we yell it. So Ryan can see a little bit.
All right. So, the first things first is the Nalita's Void Ray, which looks like a ray. I guess a stingray or something like that.
Rest in peace to Steve Irwin.
Yes. So
that's what got him.
Yeah. So it's all right. I'm not super crazy about it, but I guess that's the flyer. That's going to be the big flyer.
Yeah. This is not going to be in Deadzone. I feel like this is huge to be in Deadzone. So I feel like that.
That is going to be the Firefight flyer. That's
right.
The Interceptor. That's the Hornet.
Right. This I don't really care too much about because it's not in Deadzone.
Correct.
What do you think about the Void Ray here?
I don't know. It looks cool. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't play Firefight, so it's not going to be in Deadzone. So,
Right.
I mean,
I guess moving
Moving on.
right along. The Nightstalker Luctus Void Rays, which are basically they look like Minox.
they look pretty cool.
They look like
Yeah, they
Minox.
look. I like. They got some like growths on them or something.
Yeah, you know
on
what?
There.
And actually, this is a better picture because of what we saw today with the videos. They only had the little angle. I like the sucker thing. It really does look like, I got to go out there. Why? I can't have the Minox sucking on the power cable. We just got this bucket of bolts back together again.
And you think this is going to be in Deadzone?
This is definitely going to be in
Yeah,
Dead Zone.
these-
These are the little guys. So
Right.
these two.
Are
I
they
feel like they're-
flyers or are they like? Are they like?
They're probably like flying things. They'll probably be on a.
I would
on a
love.
stand.
I would love if they made them what the murder birds were.
Right. Well,
That'd be awesome.
they're the murder birds. Basically size. I'm drawing a blank, but the needle fangs. And the nameless. Little stuff like that. So. You got to deal with them. They probably have flight, so they can go. If you're an enforcer with a jump pack or a GCBS with a jump pack, or guys that have jump packs, they'll be able to chase you around the board and stuff.
Right.
I like these kind of throwaway units. You get them up, they get there, and then you got to deal with them, and then the rest of the force shows up.
Yeah.
I'm not too. They're okay. They look okay. Maybe it's the paint job and stuff, but it's to each his own. I like it that they're just kind of like. They're not put together perfectly. There's a lot of imperfections and stuff.
Right.
It's like because there's no straight lines in nature. So, I think this is a good start for that. All right. So let's talk about this guy here.
This guy I like.
The Nightstalker Dread Ravager. So it's basically a dog with like an alien second set of teeth coming out.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's twice the size of. It's like almost the same size as the head.
Right.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like that's probably gonna be in Deadzone.
Has to be.
Probably as like like the heavy dude. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the heavy dude.
This could be similar to like the nightmares in the veer-myn. All four.
Right.
Big 40 mil base and
Right.
that. So
What are you thinking? Like it's like a size 3 Frenzy 2 type model. With
Yeah,
two
yeah.
heads.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or companion maybe or
or
something.
maybe smash.
Smash,
maybe
yeah.
companion because it always has another.
Right.
You got double heads though.
Right.
But I think looking at a lot of this stuff, should have companion
Yeah.
because they have like 3 or 4 or 5 heads or whatever.
Right.
So and then all right. So here's the Nightstalker Butcher Squad. Now, what I like is these guys are Kings of War butchers, but with like another level to them. So it's the Forge Father hammer there. They have those big clears, which I like. This guy has a sickle or a kama, and then the mace. So I think I like the butchers from the Nightstalkers. The real thing that drew me to the Nightstalkers for Kings of War were the butchers, and then we went to Adepticon. I got the box with the butchers in it. I was like so psyched because now we got them.
Right.
All right.
I like the guy that's got like a organic cannon
Yeah.
kind of thing or something. I don't know what that is, but it looks like he's charging something
Well,
up and gonna
so-
shoot something.
I don't know if these might be troops, and that guy could be like a specialist with like an ion cannon or some kind of maybe acid spitter or something like that.
Right, some extra.
Let's see. There's no real. Basically, they kill the guy and then they eat them. That's the lore of them.
Right.
So it says heavy blade beam gold channel. Ravagers accompany them, spouting ghastly incendiary chemicals from their hands to douse defenders in fire. So all right. So it's basically like an It Burns type deal.
Right.
All right. I could dig that.
So it's like very much like they're picking up stuff, but it's also like organic.
No, I like it that it's organic.
Weaponry,
Yeah, and this kind of reminds me of Silent Hill, like the triangle head.
Pyramid head.
A pyramid head. Yeah.
Pyramid head, yeah. So with the big cleaver, that just
Right,
reminds me of
right.
that. Like dragging it and then
Right.
busting your head. I love I love the butchers.
Right.
Those are pretty much my favorite models. Probably even I don't know if they're good or bad, but they will always probably be in the list. and we got two different types. We got guys with just weapons, just combat weapons, and then some of them have 3 arms, some of them have 2, but they have, like, one guy has the sickle and the gun, so maybe that's a pistol or something,
Right.
which would actually be cool if they had like a range, maybe 1 or 2 it burns weapon, you know, like a pistol that does it burn, so
Right.
you know, kind of an infernal pistol, something like that. So, you know, I really like these. All right, Nightstalker, Spectres, and Scarecrow Squad.
I will say the Spectres look awesome,
Okay.
but I think it might be the paint job that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I think the white with the glowing green kind of
Right.
stuff there looks really cool.
Okay.
Scarecrows kind of seem a little goofy, like they have like the pointy hat and like shredded like clothes or something. Like it looks a little goofy, but you know. What are your thoughts on these guys here?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta second the paint job. I like the neon. Does the neon and white really complement? Well, I think the Scarecrows look pretty cool too. And then on the bottom they kind of have those like neon, like, I don't want to say tendrils, but it's kind of like going up their leg.
Right.
It looks pretty cool. So
Right.
I like it. It's neat.
I think the hat is goofy. I don't like it.
Yeah, the hat's a little
I
weird,
think
a little
that-
goofy.
I think that, you know, that, and also,
I mean, these other guys look fine. It's just like the hats, like
Right.
just
Well,
look
they're
a little
Scarecrows,
weird.
no?
Yeah,
That's the whole
but
point.
right, but
also some of them have pumpkin heads.
well, I think they got rid of them for these.
No, in the video they have.
Where are they here?
In the video, I'm saying.
Well, I thought those were the old models.
No, those are the new models. So some of them have the pumpkin heads. Like, but
Because I remember as someone was saying in the Discord, like, oh, I'm glad they got rid of the pumpkin heads.
This is
So
the
I mean, I don't know,
This is the Pumpkin Spice Squad.
the pumpkin spice.
so obviously these guys, we're going to just say that we admit that we are
We're divided here.
really rookies for Kings of War. Andrew and I.
Yes.
We're building the retinues now, but
No, they're just armies. The retinues are for Baron's War.
well, a retinue's a retinue, so you know, it's
Barons War.
Different games.
different game. But I don't know. You know, these guys are usually like. It seems like they were hoarded out. There was a lot of dudes on a base, so I'm expecting these guys to be the kind of the cannon fodder.
Right.
I don't know because it looks like there's 2 sets of them.
Mhm.
So these guys look like maybe your lower class troops, and then the Scarecrows and the other guys with the sickles and stuff. These guys seem like they don't have anything. They're just kind of going out there.
So do you
Yeah.
think the butchers are going to be specialists, or are they going to be the troops? Because these guys are obviously the troops, I think.
Correct. I think the butchers may be troops, like stage 2, like leapers.
Right? Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so it's like you
They'd
know.
probably be a little more expensive and everything. Yeah.
Right.
It
But then the one with the gun or something might be
Right.
a specialist.
And
or
this guy
something.
might be either a specialist or the one with the hand thing.
Right. I mean, the Dread Ravager is definitely going to be a
Yeah,
specialist.
specialist.
And then the Void Rays will probably be specialists.
They might be specialists.
They could be troops.
They could be
They
troops.
could be.
Yeah.
So
At least for Deadzone.
right.
Right.
So that's what we see so far. There
So,
are
yeah. So if we want, we could go to the price.
Yes.
Stuff
Let's do
here.
that. So
So they got here the Firefight Nihilitas Void Ray for $80, the Void Rays for 40, the Dread Ravager for 30.
right.
Then we have the Firefight Scarecrow Spectre Squad, $37.50, Butcher Squad, $42.50. Then the Strike Force, which is $110. But they have stuff in here that they haven't shown. So for example, they have one horror, which that's this guy.
No, he's
So the horror looks awesome. I love the big mouth, like the big drooping mouth with the tongue, the teeth. It's like the big, like kind of face, like it's drooping down. That looks awesome. The green, I think the greens, I don't know, I like the greens on here. I think those look cool.
Yeah.
So that looks
It
like
gives you know what it's so let's well, it gives you kind of like an eldritch,
yeah.
because these guys are nightmares.
I mean, we've been playing a lot of Banshees of Madness lately, right, Ryan? Do you like new favorite game?
I've been having dreams about it. So.
Let's focus.
But then we have the Terror, who's this big guy. Look
Right.
at that. Anything about that?
Yeah, it looks. I feel like they're nameless adjacent in my
Yeah.
they
Well,
are
he's-
like the
he looks
default.
like a
This is like Goliath from Nameless, and then the Kraken
basically,
from the
it
from
is-
the Trident realm.
It is the Goliath because it has
In the
all
back,
the
yeah.
It's
tentacles
like a
and stuff.
mix of the Goliath and the Kraken from Trident realm and Kings of War.
Right, well,
It's literally the same models,
Yeah.
you know. And then there's the Reapers and Tormentors, which I think that's these guys.
Right.
These guys look sick also.
Right.
Okay.
So I think these guys are the specialists, and I think the other guys. I like stuff with the big spindly, the arms and
where are
stuff.
they? These
Yeah.
guys. These are, I think, the Void Touched. Could be wrong. I could be mixing up the names here.
I
but
think
these
these are the Reaper Tormentors.
All right, now listen.
Right.
Just listen.
The Void Touched are the guys with the stuff.
Listen here.
Yes.
I love Tyranids, and these look kind of like Gene Stealers.
Yeah.
With and they got like the things coming out the top, the two like spiky, things there.
So you would say these guys are ranged combat guys? Are they going to shoot?
Yeah, I think these are definitely some shooters right here. I think these are going to be.
I have a
clearly
feeling
they have guns.
So I look at these guys, and you're going to have tenacious. You can't break away because once they get the claws in you, you can't take away.
Well, that would make sense.
I see them going in, holding you there, and then tearing you apart. And
Yeah.
when you try to run away, you can't.
Yeah.
But you get the -1 to do
I'm
it.
hoping-
I like these guys. These guys are super, super cool.
Yeah.
The other guys too,
These guys.
yeah, they're kind of like a Reaper and a Butcher mixed together. They're a little more beefy.
What's in their hands? Is that you think? Is that some kind of ranged weapon? Or
Yeah,
is
maybe
that
they
something shoot?
throw like the fire, the green goo or fire or
Could
whatever.
be. It could be. I think it's if. I like a theme of this army could be that it burns a lot. Like it burns in there,
Yeah.
which is a pain in the ass to deal with, and I think that'd be something that should be included in this.
Right.
Maybe certain ones have like this eldritch fire that they can shoot or whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I also think too, if they have some kind of psychic thing, where, you mentioned Mansions of Madness, but like a lot of the Cthulhu horror has a lot of that. The stuff is so unnerving. They have this kind of psychic energy they put out and it makes you scared, like a horror
Or fear.
or like a fear or something. So maybe some kind of psychic thing that goes out that makes you whatever. If you fail the test, it's like, oh, you melee or whatever.
Right.
Or maybe that's almost like prey, so that when they attack you because you're scared, they get an extra dice.
Right.
Something cool like that.
So
I mean, we're giving all this good information for free. Maybe they should, keep going. There's more stuff.
that was everything.
No. So now go to this. This is what I wanted to go over. So here's the horror here, right? That this guy here. Oh, you know what? It's a better picture because I was going by, here. The icon.
Yeah. No. That's everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, like that guy looks cool, and then you got the fart in the back. So, I think for $110, you get a pretty good.
Yeah. No. I think $110 isn't bad. But now they have the Summer of Sci-Fi Getting Started Nightstalkers set. So you get the Nightstalker Strike Force, right, which is $110. But for $30 more, for $140, you get a Firefight rulebook. You get the dice pack,
Which is.
and then you get of 27 8-sided dice,
Right, which
and
you
then
get.
command dice. So for $30 more, you're getting the rulebook and a crap ton of dice and command dice. You know what I mean? So
So
if you want to,
dice, yeah.
right? So if you want to get started with Firefight, and you like the Nightstalkers, and you got somebody else that has an army or wants to get another army, I'd probably recommend getting that.
Yeah, it's a good value for $30.
So
Yeah.
what they should do is do the same thing, right? So you do the Summer of Sci-Fi Nightstalkers, give them this, right?
Right.
Give them that, give them a set of command dice, give them the Deadzone rulebook and the force lists, and then give them command dice, and then you're ready to go into Deadzone with every single contingent for Deadzone. You know, like
Right.
us, like, you know, we don't just have Plague. We have a 3,000 points for Firefight.
Yeah.
So now we run Deadzone, and say you're playing Plague, and you want to run 20 zombies, which we've done.
Yeah. You can check out the battle report.
Right. If you want to do that, you have it.
Mhm.
You know, or if you want to run 3 zombies, you could do that. I like
Right.
that. But you know, you need Firefight numbers.
Yeah.
So for $140 to start. Now, you know, let's kind of talk about the elephant in the room here.
What's the elephant in the room,
So,
Mr. Coach?
How do you make this faction not a chaos faction or a tyranny faction?
Now, before we continue with that, just want to preface this by saying, so today's what's today?
The 31st.
The 31st
of
of
May.
May. That's when we're filming this. So, ooh, Jesus. Ugh, good smoke. They only have the stuff on here for Firefight. They don't have them for Deadzone yet. Now, are they going to do the faction boosters and stuff for Deadzone? Maybe, or they're just going to tell you if you want to play them in Deadzone, you have to get the stuff for Firefight. I guess because they want to promote Firefight. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. They also have no rules for them in Deadzone.
That'll be incoming soon.
Right, definitely. So, that all being said,
It'll probably hit the companion app before anything. So if you're a Vault companion app guy, that's the beauty of it. I mean, when we were at Adepticon, I spoke to Ronnie and I said that the companion app and the Vault is probably one of the best things he's done.
yeah.
And you know, for us it's really good because just building lists and everything and just trying stuff out. I love making lists, and now that I subscribe, I make tons of lists, and then I go and Andrew will say, "Oh, check out the list I made," and I go check out the list and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's definitely, I mean, you know.
Yeah, now that like the kind of just a little tangent, you know, like the resurgence of us playing Deadzone again. You know, I haven't played in a long time.
Your resurgence. Me and Ryan have been playing.
True.
So,
But my personal resurgence of playing Deadzone again, it's like now I'm like, oh, I want to try running Plague again. Like I played every faction at least once, but I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try Plague. And then like I'm at work, I'm like, can you send us like what models we actually have? You know what I mean? I want to make a Plague list.
So I have to take a picture and send them the thing.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so we have this many murder birds. I want to take 8 murder birds. You know,
I feel like I'm
But-
such a creature of habit compared to that. I just put the same stuff over and over.
Yeah. But the thing is for us, you're saying take a picture, but we pretty much have it.
yeah.
So
Well, I just want to know how many we have.
Right,
You know,
right.
we have at least one of every model.
yeah, the murder birds we have about 10 painted, and then we have the files. So we have a lot of murder birds.
Throwback to when they were good.
Yeah, they're still good, but you know
They were better.
they were a lot better. But you know, guys can't figure out how to beat stuff, so I just figure out how to beat it. That's the way I look at it.
Whoa.
You know.
Whoa, Ryan.
I mean,
Ryan's
you know what you can do is
throwing some shade over
what you
here.
can do is you can put.
We're not gonna make this a murder birds video.
Right. What you can do is to take him out.
The murder
you can
birds
use-
rant.
You can use tag, and then wait, that's right. You can't
All right,
tag.
relax. This is a
Okay.
Nightstalkers video here. All right, so I just want before we talk about the elephant in the room once again.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts just looking at the Nightstalkers?
Honestly, I feel there
This
was
is,
like
this is the first time he's seen
there
them.
was a moment where I was like, "Cute Fabian, do I want to buy this?" But in all honesty, it looks cool. You know, I think a lot of people will probably pick this up by the way it looks, or you know, like you said, it's going to be in the vault. So
Well, no,
Hopefully.
no.
Get assaulted by smoke.
Well, it's a
the
good
rules will be in the companion.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how soon the models will be.
Probably
in the
not
vault.
soon if it's new.
I you know, so they're gonna. It would be silly to put them in the vault
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you know we just start playing them and stuff.
But I like, as someone who's like has like the nameless have appealed to me. I like them.
Right.
And I like the models, and I kind of like everything about them. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm kind of kind of taken aback by them. I do like them a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is this was a definite for me because I like the way they looked. We were talking, Kings of War. So we have a dwarf army and I have an ogre army, and I was like, damn, I should have got a Nightstalker army when
when we were at Adepticon, I knew immediately. I was like, all right, I want to get into Kings of War. I want my goblins. I need the goblins 100%. So I got the ambush starter set, and I was debating on another ambush starter set. And I'm like, all right, which should I get? And I'm looking at the Nightstalkers ambush set. I'm like, they look pretty damn cool.
Right.
But I know you mentioned like we have. I think there's some in the vault.
There's some, but it's
for
it's
Kings of
for
War
Kings of
at
War,
least.
yeah.
So
we can figure out how to print up enough to make an ambush starter.
Right.
But the thing is that the stuff in the vault is not for. They're not in this. So
Right.
I don't know what they're called, but the guys on the horses, and then
Right.
there's,
Right.
the other guys, which I really wish they were in here. Can you pull it up for me? The Kings of War,
Which
Nightstalkers, Kings of War.
I know that, but which guys are you looking for?
I'll tell you when I see them. I don't know their names. Sorry, right here, these dudes, the fiends. They're kind of like
That's cool.
like crazy, scorpion. Scorpion
I
like.
see them.
So that's in the vault, and then these guys are also in the vault. Where are we?
Oh, what the? Oh.
Yeah, the Soul Flares.
That's
the guys I was talking.
sick.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
When you hit it, wait, is that like a different paint color? Because that's awesome.
Well, that's
really
the Kings
cool.
of War type thing. So the whole thing is
All right.
and then also, one of my favorite models is other than the butchers, the Night Screech, the Mind Screech is in the vault too.
All right. Now I will say this: when I've looked at the
and the Shadow Hulk is in the vault too.
I don't know why.
The
I
Banshee.
love the Banshee because it reminds me of a Cenobite from Hellraiser.
Right.
Like it's like this, like it's opening up from here out. You know what I mean? And it's like I
got
love
like
that.
the face like the Demigorgon
That's so-
from
yeah.
Are these guys? Is it supposed to be like deep ones, or is it like?
No. So
Because you have like the stingray before, you
right?
know?
Basically, these are nightmares have come to life.
Okay.
So like things that you would you'd have a nightmare and you'd wake up and you're like, oh, what was that? And something was chasing you, whatever. The butchers are chasing you, or the ravagers are
Right.
chasing you,
Right.
or like the Mind Screech is after you and stuff. So
Yeah, no, I really like the Nightstalker. When
always-
I've looked at Kings of War, I've liked
too.
the
Me too,
Nightstalkers
very much.
because they seem like a mix of Chaos and Nids for 40K,
Right.
and
So
those were my two babies from
Right.
when we played 40K.
So let's
let's get out of the Kings of War stuff right now
Right,
because
but how do you so my thing is this, right? And then like even if we're gonna play, we could proxy because we have 2 Goliaths already painted,
right. So we can just use
and we have and that's also in the vault.
right.
So my thing is this: how do you differentiate? Because there's so much like, oh, that's like Chaos and Nids, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it is, but it isn't. I think it looks good because it's not. They're not Tyranids and they're not Chaos or something from the from the Void.
Right.
Even though it's mentioned.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the reason why I say that is because that's two things we know, and we're just combining that. We're just saying, okay, that it looks like that. They're not.
Yeah, but staying in the same game universe as them. I look at them and I see like this is like Nameless adjacent. I know I said that
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
but is it like, it just seems like there's the Ultramarines Nameless and then the Chaos Marines, which is the
Nightstalker.
There's just such a similar look, and I'm not wrong here. There's some kind of aquatic theme going on with some of the models.
I don't see that. I see kind of like a xenomorph.
But this is
I
look at this
mean,
like that's a stingray.
Yeah, that's a stingray.
Yeah,
and
that's
those
a
are
manta
rays.
ray.
You know what I mean?
But those
Yeah.
aren't. Those are Minox.
Or no, those are void rays
The Void Rays are kind of like Minox. Do you know what a Minox is?
No.
from Empire Strikes Back when they were in the asteroid. And then they were inside the.
Yeah, I know.
Remember that
It was
worm.
Meg from Family Guy.
Yeah, and it was the
She's the worm.
it was the like remember the Princess Leia was in the cockpit and it
Yeah,
sucks
I know,
onto the
yeah.
thing. So that's where we're getting this. The that
Because they got the sucker face.
we should have did this because that's now we got more more pictures. Where's it? There's one.
I just want to say
That guy right
I'm
there.
feeling it. I'm feeling this right now.
Good
I'm
for
just
you.
saying. I'm just saying.
But yeah, I like these guys. I wasn't too crazy in the video because it didn't really showcase it the right way because it was like, like 3 seconds of this, then 3 seconds of this, then 3 seconds of this, then everybody, if you already know it's too late. Okay,
Right.
I like that. I'm looking forward to what Andy Burgess does with this because I've been watching all his Mantic videos and, it's a good idea to hire him because his skill behind the camera is really, it really is good.
Right.
And also we met him at Adepticon and we were so happy that he's a nice guy because we all liked him through the thing and then you meet a guy and we met a few guys at Adepticon and we're kind of like, man, don't talk to me. Andy was like, no, bro,
Yeah, Fabian.
Yeah. But it was,
Yeah, it's funny because I was like, it was like because I've watched a lot of Andy's videos and then it's like, and then we went to Adepticon and then we were talking to him. And then he was like, "Oh, what's up, coach?" I'm like, "We know him. Like, that's Andy."
well,
I'm
I've spoken to him a bunch of times on the internet, and then he had a live stream, and I would say, "Hey, Andy, how you doing? This and that." Oh, it's Coach for Family Guy, and that makes me feel,
Yeah.
it just makes you feel good because,
And spoiler alert, he has Riz.
yes,
He does have Riz.
Of course he does.
Yeah, and of course Andy's got Riz.
He's not Skibbity.
He's not Skibbity.
And what was the other one?
Skibbity or Riz?
Yeah, and then we had another question. What was the other question?
Oh, pancakes and waffles.
Oh, he did definitely pancakes. So, I messing up his accent, but whatever. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to what he's gonna come out with and show these guys off and stuff. But here's the thing, though. I really want to break these guys down. I want to go over their rules.
Listen, like the models are awesome, but they could suck in Deadzone.
That's what I said. If the models
Now,
are good
listen,
and the
I
game
don't.
sucks, you don't play.
Listen, I don't really.
I doubt it. I think they're going to be awesome.
Listen, I
really
don't
know.
really care too much about the stuff in Firefight, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, no, they're not in the companion app yet, so we really don't know the stats for them yet.
Even if they came out and they were mid on first release, they're going to make them better. And one, I feel like there's a lot of incentive to make these guys good. I mean, you want people.
Well, you
play
have
them.
to because this is the first faction that's come out
It's-
for Deadzone and
Right.
Firefight in a long time. Now
Yeah.
they was
What was the last one?
The name
Maison.
was? Oh, name.
Maison.
Oh, right.
Wasn't it Maison and Nameless because that was Star Saga, like
Correct.
kind of hand
Yeah,
in
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
also
that was a long
That was a
time
long time
ago.
and also
that
that
was
was
like 5
I
years
remember
ago.
the Asterians.
that no, but think about it. That was
The
the
Asterians.
the first time that these guys came out with named leaders.
Right.
Coiner, the Psychotroid, all that stuff that you had to go against in there.
Right.
We did get characters like the Monarch,
Yeah.
like that, but she's in the Enforcers as a living legend. These guys came out and they were named HQ guys. They were named leaders. So that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're named guys in here. Probably from Kings of War, they're named guys in here. But that was the last time. Yeah, that was quite
Like
a few
5
years
years.
ago.
We're having a
That's
senior
like-
moment right
yeah, that's
here.
like
No. I'm
That's-
I'm
that
trying
was
to-
definitely
No,
that was
I'm
that was
having
like pre-COVID, so like 2019
God.
maybe.
That's wild.
And also,
That's like
I mean,
5
our-
years
you know,
ago.
and all.
So we haven't
also
gotten
we got
a
new-
new
there's
Dead
been
Zone
new models.
faction. Well, yeah, but there has been a new faction in 5 years
Yeah.
at least.
Where?
And I know, we mentioned this, and I forgot what I think we probably mentioned in the podcast or something. Like they were saying about Saphir being a faction.
Right.
They were saying about
Sub-faction.
Macedon
sub.
being well, they were saying Mastodon would be a full faction.
Correct, which I
right?
think is a
And
good
I
idea.
think the Saphir as a full faction
I
would be a
think
good
that'd be-
idea too.
And I think
but here's the
Saphir
other
should
thing.
but they're like basically hammerhead sharks. You should go with like all of them. There should be a Mako shark, not just the Mako Saphir hunter. There should be Mako sharks. There should be great whites. There should be big mammoth jammers. They should really get to work. You know.
It's a shame. It's a shame you're not, leading the charge on
I
that.
know I should have been on the rules committee.
I think that the thing is like
Use your words.
I'm trying. This is
The
getting.
beat- oh,
It's
man.
getting. Both of these are getting to me right
Yes.
now. But
Very upsetting.
it's how. What is this? Like
He can't finish- he won't finish the video.
This is 12% alcohol in this one thing, and I'm almost done with it. I'll take another, but he's cooked. My question is, you have the new Nightstalkers faction, okay? And I understand, like, okay, they were talking about Saphirs being a new faction, like, 8 years ago, like, long time ago.
They were talking. That was kind of. See, the thing is Ronnie messes it up, and I'll tell
Damn
you.
it, Ronnie.
I'll tell you why. Because he goes, you know what? We're gonna do the Saphir as a faction and Mastodon. He just gets an idea.
Right.
Now we start working on it. But we heard that 3 years ago.
Right.
So we're like, all right. Well, when's the Saphir coming out?
Right.
But
Now,
Ronnie
listen,
just does that.
listen.
It's like an earwig. And it eats your brain.
Listen.
And then it just festers in there. And then you're like, well, where the frick is the new Mastodons? Oh my God! Look,
Listen.
Look, it's the Nightstalkers.
My question is, where are the freaking Rebs models? That is my question.
Now I don't play the Rebs.
They don't have okay. You want to see something funny, Ryan?
Good.
Look at this. This is hilarious.
You're saying they're missing guys.
Yeah, look, these are
What? They're
the.
missing
If you go on their website, these are the Rebs models you can buy. Enforcer Striders,
3 of them.
Adrian Nikolovsky. It's literally just an Enforcer Strider, Enforcer with Burst Laser, and Enforcer Strider with Burst Laser upgrade pack, and then four named characters.
Why?
Where are the Teratons? Where are the Saphirs? Where the hell are the Sorax? Where are the Craws? Where are the Z's?
And this
Where
was an
are
original
all
faction,
of those?
Right?
This is one of OG.
This is the OG.
Force.
What was it was Enforcer,
Plague.
Plague, Rebs, and Marauders.
Correct.
Those were the OG 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the cards.
With the cards, bro.
Jeez, it was like 10 years ago we were playing
11.
with the car. Oh
11.
my god! Oh my god!
Dude,
I'll never forget when
You
you
guys
were
were
here.
like babies. I
Yeah.
look the same. You guys got older though.
where the hell are the freaking new Rebs
Now,
models?
you know how
because
you know how
I
I
know
hate the
I know
Rebs.
this is turning into a tangent, but like
No, it's a
where
rant.
are the Rebs
Are they in the
models?
vault?
And it's like no, there's nothing in the vault.
No, there are. There are.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Enforcer Strider with Burst Laser.
No, not that. The Tigrax is in there.
It doesn't say that.
It's in. It is.
Well, do we got that printed? Because
Yeah.
he looks cool.
I've been
but
that printed.
but that's literally the same model from Overdrive, so they're just
Well,
recycling models.
what they're doing is putting overdrive into it. It's all right because they've done that with Deadzone, like the Maison, the cyborgs and stuff.
But like okay, you're coming out with a new faction for Deadzone and Firefight.
Are you butthurt that
But
this
where the hell are
Nobody
the
plays-
Rebs
nobody plays
models,
Rebs.
bro?
Nobody likes
I love the Rebs. I love
it's
the
you
Rebs.
and Brian are the only two who play it.
Where all my Reb players at? Please
They're not
let
making-
us know in
they're
the
not making
comments
stock
below.
for 2 people.
Let us know in the comments
Honestly,
below.
when we-
Brian, please back us up here.
When we played in the tournament, no one played the Rebs, right? I have not seen
Brian
the Rebs.
did.
Who did?
Brian.
Brian was.
I played him that time. I beat him. I think it was
I
20
wasn't
to
at-
3.
I wasn't-
That's all I gotta say.
But even with that, I agree. Where are the Red models? Now they did.
Or
come out
not
with-
even that.
They've come out with new
Oh, I
Red
was like,
models.
what was that?
There was Sheo Silverback.
Well, that was like what 8 years ago, like now.
That was a few years ago. And then there were the leaders.
Okay, but I'm talking about right now.
No.
Okay, right now.
Who's the guy who walks on his hands?
Sorax.
They have him in
Yeah,
here?
like Sabulba. Yeah.
Listen,
No, they did.
Can I-
they,
can I
they
just say
made
No,
them
I'm just saying,
once.
can you buy him?
no, you can't buy him. Can I just say something though? Here's my thing. Okay, here's the thing.
You know I did that
I'm
on
a-
purpose, right?
I'm gonna. This is what I'm gonna have. This is what I'm gonna have to do. Listen, 10 years ago at
11.
Mantic Open Night.
11.
11 years ago now. I asked at Mantic Open Night verbatim here. I asked Ronnie
Don't even do it. Just go cut to the video.
in Deadzone.
Yeah, cut to the video.
will the Rebs get better?
Right.
Will the Rebs be better? Now here's the thing.
And the whole
They
place,
disappeared.
The whole
They-
place.
they don't even care.
Honestly, that was like, you were like, how old were you? About 12 at that time?
Something like that.
Something like that. And you dropped the mic. The whole place, everybody, whoa! and Ronnie was like, definitely. You know.
But like really, like it's like my thing is like yeah, okay, like yeah, the Nightstalkers, they look cool. Obviously we're gonna try them out and play them in Deadzone, but like where's the love for these old factions? Fix these old factions.
You're gonna have to
instead of
sorry.
now listen, I'm sorry,
No, go
sorry,
ahead.
but like all right. Like
when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor,
we have the Nightstalker faction coming out.
Right.
We have the Arias contract. We have the Tercia Revolutionaries. We have the Hand of the Seven coming out.
which I can't. Oh.
Here's the thing: where's the Rebs?
Gotta get this kid
Where's
Obalon.
where's the Marauders? We played,
No, the Marauders have all new models.
but I'm saying like, but do they have all new stats?
No.
Right. Do the Rebs have all new stats?
No.
No, they don't have all new stats.
But nobody cares.
I care. And now I remember you said in a video, I forgot which one it was,
Wait, hold that
but
thought
you
for a second.
said.
This, you gotta title this Nightstalkers parentheses tangent.
But what I'm saying, like I know we're breaking off from the Nightstalker stuff, but like here's the thing: you said in a video, you're like, okay, like the Rebs are cool, but they're not my play style.
Correct.
But like what can I don't fix them then. Fix them to make them people's play style. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the Rebs are like a jack of all trades. You can kind of do like any play style with them depending on what you take.
Correct.
You know, if you want to do a fighting list, you take Teratons and Sword Spawns. You know what I mean? If you want to do a shooter list, you take the Gorgons and like the missile launchers and stuff.
Making a good case.
So like, but still make them better,
Yeah, but
or release the new models
the
already,
point-
or I'm sorry, or
You're good.
they're just trying to be like, where's the dustpan? Like, we're just the Rebs are there.
I think
guess.
everything you said is 100% valid, and you're right. But I think they
Brian
would say,
agree with me.
Yeah, but I would say this. But they would say, but okay, we'll do that. But for who? You know,
Right.
I mean, no one's playing them.
Right. But then make them playable.
Yeah, but
Make them playable
Why
for
make them
people.
playable when they're just like, oh, here's a fancy new faction where we can sell a bunch of stuff. You know
Right.
what I mean? People are already done with the Rebs. You know?
It
But
sucks.
I will
It
say that
sucks.
be it far from me to not jump on the bandwagon and make you feel even worse. But they are OG. They are the first four. It's hard too because the team building exercise, and even I don't know, our first podcast, I went into a huge tangent about the enforcers. I understand because when we got Deadzone, right? We got Deadzone, and we bought the starter set. It was enforcers and plague.
Yeah.
And that was like, I love the plague, but there's a tier. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I want to play plague or enforcers, I'm grabbing enforcers. That's me. All right. So we got the box, we got the stuff. Then we go, and you're like, we got to get another faction, and you're like, oh, look at all these aliens. Look at this. This is very cool. I need this. Okay, so now you get them. Then we go, and Ronnie says, come on, boys, I'm going to give you 2 characters for free. So I go get Recon, and you get Wrath. All right?
The OG
Wrath.
model.
The OG Wrath, all right? You're so, like, the way you feel now is the way when I felt when they took out Tag. Because that's my OG faction. That was my first love, was the Enforcers. I agree with you 1,000%. I think the Rebs not only need new models, because Plague, they got an overhaul, all right? New Plague Dogs, new Stage 1, new Leapers, new Teraton, okay? So
That's f***ed up, okay? The Plague got a new Teraton, but the Rebs didn't get a new Teraton.
People play the plague.
Shut up, Brian! I didn't ask! I didn't ask you!
I feel like I'm so spoiled here. Like, I started playing Asterians, and then they only got better, and then I dropped them for the nameless, and they have some broken models. The Asterians got better, and I switched factions.
It's actually to the point where I'm actually playing Asterians.
They're good.
I never liked
You
them.
like the Matsudons, though, right?
I do like the Macedon. When they said they were coming out with a new faction, it is get rid of Honorable because it doesn't make any sense, and then we can roll forward.
And yet it's funny because the Rebs have been kind of just in this like weird space.
We call it they're in a melange.
They're in a melange. What? Melange?
Melange.
Spice melange.
Yes.
Now, if you can't tell from the last 80 battle reports that we've done, I've been taking Maison. It's, you know, like, I was like, you know, it's funny because I really like the Maison. What?
They're the Rebs with the college degree.
Yeah.
What is the Rebs broke off. They got educated and they came back. Because Corner was actually the leader of the Rebs, but then now they hired him.
I'm telling you, man, they were handing out diplomas, and we got a new faction.
Can I tell you something? Like,
I think the other guy, Graves, though, he got his GED. He's not that good. You know?
Can I tell you something though? Here's the thing though, like, because like now, like I think my favorite faction right now is the Maison, which sucks because I love the aesthetic, I love the models of
Just
the
play him. Who
Rebs.
cares? Play him.
No, but eventually there will be a battle. There, the spoiler alert, but there eventually is going to be a battle report of us playing me with the Rebs.
Right.
So I love the Rebs. I want to play the Rebs, but it's like, you know, I look at them like. What am I gonna do? Z spam? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
you know what? That's the thing, though. That's what I hated. You know, I was on the rules committee, and that got rammed down my throat. You know, Z's are really good. No, they're terrible. They're terrible. They're not good. They're just troop tax.
right.
You know, and also survey drones. Survey drones. Survey. No, they're terrible. They're terrible. So, you know, I mean, the only thing I like to survey drones. They serve a purpose. But they're specialists.
Right.
So it's
yeah.
like,
No. Make survey drones like 5 points and a troop.
No,
I'll debate taking them.
I did fight that I wanted to make them troops, but I understand why they're specialists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think we're gonna have to just. I know this is becoming like a Rebs thing now.
So we can. This is basically
survey
Nightstalker.
drones are 7 points,
Yeah.
and they're with you know, they don't fight obviously, but they have agile construct. Energy shield too, I will say is
that was a good.
Definitely a good
that
thing.
was a good upgrade.
But thank God, okay, thank God they gave them hacker, because without hacker it would just not be worth it.
I mean, 7
You know
points
why?
with
That was
an energy
sarcastic.
shield is pretty good,
because
though.
when we were working on something, a few of the missions were like, the big thing was. Coach play a mission that doesn't have where you have to kill everybody, and there's other things. So if you have to bring a hacker for it, and I'm like, yeah, but if I kill all the hackers, you can't win.
So wait, I'm so confused. What do they do? They
Yes.
control objectives?
Well,
No.
here's
Only they can, right?
I did sit down and make a list where I took like some stuff, and then I took like 3 survey drones, because my thought process was like, they can go in and be an extra body in combat.
Yeah, you're
So then let's say I have a
But they don't.
no, but I'm
Do you
saying
know-
so then wait. If a Terraton is in combat with, let's say, like with someone, they can go in and give the Terraton +1 dice.
That's a
but is
body.
plus
That's your body.
one right? But is plus
but
one
yours-
dice worth 7 points?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tell you why it's not worth 7 points.
No.
Because they're a specialist, and if they were a troop, they'd be worth 7 points.
Right.
But the
No, but
specialist
they-
is taking away
But
from
they
other
can,
troops
they,
you can
can-
take.
they can also hold objectives.
Right. That's the other
well,
thing.
that's what
with
I
a
was
move
about to say.
with
That's-
a move of 2-3.
And a save of 4 is good. I was just about to
Energy
say.
shield too.
And-
Because when you play him, he never fails his energy shield.
it's 6 up, right?
Yeah, he
So-
never fails. I don't think. Look at all the videos we've played. Andrew never fails his energy shield. I fail my energy shield all the time.
I
but
burnt
no,
my
Andrew-
tail.
Yeah,
We're dropping
I was
their
about to say,
ash.
that's probably what they're best for, is to go scour and get points. You know
Correct.
what I mean? I understand the
They're
combat
good.
thing.
They're
but
good back objectives to holding
One
back
hit
objectives.
point though. Or
Yeah.
is it 7
One,
points?
one VP.
I'm going crazy.
You don't think they
here.
should have armor 1?
Because it's 7 points.
All right.
If you give him armor 1, now you got to give him. You got to put him at least about
I'm not.
14,
I'm
15.
not sold on low. I mean, the save of 4 is good. I'm not
I
sold on the
think
low energy.
you need
shield.
to play Rebs.
It's okay.
Okay. That was
I've
a
never
very
played Rebs.
that was a very sad okay.
I'll play Rebs. I've never played them.
I
See,
think
I'll play anything. You know what? Make a Rebs list. I'll
should
I'll
do-
play.
No, you make a Rebs list.
We should whip out the cards and play version.
You know
one.
what we
That's
got to do? We got to do like a flip battle report.
Oh,
you
I've been saying that for years. You don't
take
want
the
to do
Rebs.
it.
You
don't
take
want to
the
do
Rebs,
it.
and I.
You don't
No,
wanna
but
do
now
it.
that I'm done, that I'm almost done with this, I'm saying we should do it.
I'll do it.
You take Rebs, and I take Forge
All right,
Fathers, and
I'm
see what
gonna
happens.
say right now, Ryan, because you're ranting. When have I ever not wanted to play anything?
No, you'll
You
play
anything.
never.
But I
you
will
never
say
wanna
this.
play
Hold
anything.
on, I will say this, and I agree. You'll play any faction if we lead you there. But I think if you're going in the room, you're going to grab Forge Fathers, or you're going to grab Enforcers.
Yeah.
That wasn't an indictment.
I know.
Right, but that's you play what you like.
No, I
But
know.
then sometimes for the channel, I'll play other things. I played Marauders. I played Asterians. I played Plague. Plague is really like my second.
Have you played Maze? I don't even remember
Yeah, I
you
played-
playing
yeah,
Maze.
absolutely
I do
did
not.
Maze.
I'm sure you
Absolutely.
have, but I just
What
don't
factions?
remember.
I really
I
haven't
played
that many
Maze on-
factions.
You
I
played
was-
what? Asterian's Nameless.
I played Asterian's Nameless, Plague, and maybe Enforcers once.
You did Enforcers once and you didn't like it.
No.
You didn't,
I like the Asterians because generally they have good line stats, and now they're not. I think they're not. A lot of them aren't vulnerable.
and you're the one
anymore,
you always play. You don't Kalishi spin.
I don't cliche.
No, you take a few, but then
Yeah.
those are first. They got to go first.
Well, for whatever reason the name is eluding me. What's the drop troop for the nameless?
The
Oh,
drop.
the-
Oh, the
the Ferromites.
Ferromites.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
Ferromites.
the Ferromites are great.
They're, you know what? They're everything I could have wanted the cliche to be, like in a perfect scenario. Well, they're not similar, but in the sense of combat troops, like they're just like they're so perfect. They can go anywhere on the board. They knock people off objective. They're so perfect.
You know what? You know what's good too is they come on the board and then they're not activated.
I will say that, yeah, I know, and that's great. If you have an additional model activation, that is dirty. That is some dirty play right there. They're really awesome, and they got the defender shield. No shield on the model, but they got it. Never take that away. I love it. I was gonna say this about the Asterians. I know you said I don't spam the Kalishi. I think there's one troop that I've never used. I never ever use marionettes. Why, when you could just take ciphers like that? That doesn't like.
Well,
that
we did the Macedon
We did, yeah. Well, we also did the
theme lists. I took the Macedon, and I took the.
What did we?
I took the Macedon leader, all the Macedon, and I had to take the marionettes because that's
Because of
troops.
the ability.
Yeah.
But also, you did the one with the Steel Warriors.
Yes,
So you did the one with the Steel Warriors. So that was like,
and I never
because
took
we were trying to do something where it was like what we haven't really taken.
I would have to take a marionettes list.
You know what I mean? I don't even remember what I took in that
But I
battle
think it's
report.
interesting to do that because it's like, all right. So when I make a Forge Father list, I have kind of my go-tos.
Right.
Then it's like, what don't I use?
Right.
So I took all Steel Warriors.
Well, I kind of did that with the theme list when I played him as the nameless. I took the assassins, but the assassins, it's not out yet. But I didn't like the assassins. That's all I gotta say. I didn't think they were.
I could never get them to work.
They don't really.
myself,
They don't
too.
really work.
On paper, they look great, but
They
they're
don't really work.
Yeah.
They don't really work.
You
You
know.
want to pull them up real quick? I just want to look at their line. There's something about them that held them back mightily.
We assassins.
Yeah.
So they're 13-point troop, 2-3 movement, 5 fight, 5 survive, armor 1, HP 2, size 1, beast, jump
Frenzy
pack,
2.
stealthy, frenzy 2 with their claws.
I think it's the. No.
So they're stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have to be because they're a combat unit.
It's probably the save on 5 that's a little bit of a killer, and most things have AP these days, so that armor really.
But they
is.
do everything. So what happens is armor is good because things don't have AP. APs come down a lot.
Oh right,
So-
right. I'm sorry. You're
So
right.
when we did version 2, all the AP came down because armor became a better commodity. It became more that if you had armor, it was a really, really good thing.
Right.
And then if you have to figure out, if you go against, let's say, the Enforcers or you go against the Forge Fathers, they are riddled with armor.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
have to figure out a way. And
See, but these guys would be terrible against that.
Right.
correct.
I see the Frenzy 2 is like I think I'd rather have the AP than the Frenzy 2. at that point. Like
Right.
I was like, there's this idea that you're rolling more dice, but like you're covering for misses there.
Yeah,
I'd
but you
rather-
know what? Frenzy's only good. Frenzy's only good if you miss.
Right, and then if let's say you're missing against someone with armor, it's like that the 2 misses might not be worth it, either way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Smash is good.
Yeah.
Smash is good. I feel like the assassin should save on. Maybe they should fight on 4s or save on 4s.
But they are
one or the
also.
other.
But they're only 13 points.
All right, so make them 15 points and change that.
No, well, you figure a base and force is 16 with a shooting weapon, right?
Right.
Shooting on 4s. I
So
think
16.
I think you bring them up to 15 and make them fight on 4s with Frenzy 2. Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot better.
All right, so now let's kind of go back to what the video was about.
Why? This is the podcast.
Yeah, this is the episode of the podcast, basically. Oh, the Rebs. All right, Nightstalkers. All right.
What Rebs? I don't see any.
All right, yeah.
I don't
Get
see-
the hell out of here. All right, Nightstalkers. Like for me, they look cool. I like the models. I like them in Kings of War. I
You
would
like the way they
definitely
look in
want to
Kings of
try
War.
that.
You never played them in Kings of War, but you like. The
No,
way
but
they
I
look.
like the way they look.
Correct,
So
the
that's
aesthetic.
definitely
The aesthetic.
gonna. But now the real killer for it is the stats. What are they? How are they gonna play?
I
That's
like
where
the
the
it
rub-
burn suggestion.
That's where the
Yeah,
rubber hits the road.
it burns. The fear thing is a good idea. Like
course,
like
there's only
doing
kinda half.
right, yeah, doing fear tests or something, or instead like just a whole new keyword for them
Right.
for fear. Like that's sick.
I don't see a lot of speed here though.
I think fear.
I
could
feel
be-
like
I think fear
like
could be almost like Prey.
these guys, the Gene Stealer looking guys, would be like the fast
Yeah,
2-3
I could see
kinda
them making them
guys.
1-2 though.
Yeah,
I say they're 2 to 3, but they're not that good. They're more of a fodder unit
yeah,
because of make them like Kalishi, but they're survival 5.
right.
So if you get into combat with them, you're in trouble. You got to shoot them before they get there, but when they get there, it's bad.
Right.
Well, also too, when we play Deadzone, there's horrendously abundant amounts of terrain on the board. So we do cover, we do this. If you're going to play Deadzone, a good way to do it is to have a lot of cover. If you have a printer,
As it was intended.
if you have a printer and you want to print up some stuff, go to Corvus Games Terrain, FOG Podcast 15, you get 15% off. Print up a bunch of stuff. I got 3 boxes of stuff that I want to print up because I got a new idea in my head to add to the stuff that we have. But my thing is that you have to really use cover for the combat guys.
Yeah.
So that's a way to mitigate a lot of stuff.
Right.
Although stuff is very mobile, they get it. So then again, it goes back to just Deadzone being the best game there is because there's a counter to every, for every hammer, there's a counter to that hammer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for a good unit, there's a thing like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's balanced. I
So
think.
so let's do this real quick. We'll go around the horn. I got 2 questions. Nightstalkers, yes or no? Boom. Ryan.
Yes.
Yes. Andrew.
Yes.
It's a yes for me too. So all right. So we got a pre-order.
What's
Number
the second
2.
question?
Second question. Very important. Very important. Very important. You see the Nightstalkers. You like them. Would this kind of light a fire for you to maybe try them in Firefight? Right.
No.
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 No. Yes. For me, yes.
I just that's a whole nother topic for another video.
It's a good question though.
But
It's a good. I'm not saying
no,
you
it's
don't
a
have to
good
go. You don't have to go
it's a
into
good question. I'm just saying, for me, Firefight, I don't really like. I don't really care for Firefight. But obviously I love Deadzone, and that's what I care more about is Deadzone. The Mantic games that I care about are Deadzone, Hellboy, and Worms. So, and Worms isn't even out. So like,
Kings War.
Well, we haven't played Kings of War really,
Right.
so that's the thing. So like, it's like those are really the games that I care about. I want to see what the hell they're gonna be like in Deadzone.
Right. Well, that's what it comes down to.
Right.
I think that's why I'm a no too. Like, just think about this whole video. We're looking at a Firefight faction, and we've been talking about them and the potential of them in Deadzone.
Well,
Right.
they're going to Deadzone.
Right,
Just right now, for whatever reason, they just came out with this Firefight.
Right,
And you
but
never
we're not
know. Like tomorrow, June 1st, they could just be.
Well, that's the Deadzone.
In Deadzone.
That's the Deadzone the podcast curse. You know that, right?
What?
So they come out with a video, and they come out with an episode. This is going back to Rob and Jack. They'll come out with it. They'll discuss some stuff. This. They talk. They speculate, and then the next day, so they film it. They put it out on the last week of the month because that's their release schedule.
Right.
And then there's all of a sudden there's hey, big news. We got the faction in Deadzone, and these are the rules and this and that. So
Right.
they miss it. They miss it by a month. So that doesn't happen with us because if Deadzone rules come out tomorrow, you'll see the next video will come right out.
Yes, I'm done with the cigar.
Yes. So, but yeah, I it's a definite yes for me. I like the aesthetic. There's not one model in here I like. Even the guys with the hats.
There's
I can
not
get
one
over
model in here that you like.
that I don't like.
See, I like the guys with the hats. I don't know.
For me, it's a little goofy.
It's a little
They're
goofy.
scarecrows. They're wearing the scarecrow.
You know.
You know what? If they had the pumpkin ones, I think I would have liked it even better. I'm all but the fall.
Yeah, but they do have the pumpkin ones. Watch the video.
No,
You see the video?
I know, but
He
I
hasn't
have
seen
not
anything.
even seen anything.
I'll
So
show-
you guys are showing me this for the first
I'll show
time.
you the video. But yeah, I think it's a yes for me. We're gonna probably order this, get this going. We got some stuff in the vault, but that's ready for Kings of War. I guess we could also maybe put some magnets on the bottom and then multi-base them and then play them in Kings of War also,
Right.
which is not a bad thing either. I like that. The big flyer, if we're not gonna play them in Firefight, I don't see there's no reason for us to get it.
No.
If we do eventually get into Firefight, then it's a definite for me.
Right.
And I think what they were saying was, I read about it where I think this guy's gonna fly in and drop a bunch of dudes. You know what I
that'd
mean?
be
So it's like because they're organic, maybe they're like here, and then he flies over and he like poops out. If he poops out like butchers or something like that, or
Right.
maybe like the scarecrows and whatnot, just like
Right,
some
right,
fodder
right.
units to mess around with you, drop a bunch of dudes on your face, and then that happens. I think that's actually a pretty good thing. But you think about it, the Hornet and the Interceptor has that where they'll come through and they drop off guys.
Right.
Because the Enforcers and the GCPS and the Maison too, they have the aerial deployment. So in Firefight, you could do the same.
Well, you know who doesn't have that?
The Rebs.
The Rebs.
Yeah. Well, but like once
Are the
again, I
Rebs
don't
in
know.
Firefight?
Nobody really cares.
Rebs
No,
are not in Firefight.
They are not in Firefight.
Not
Nameless
enough of
aren't in Firefight either.
Honestly, the Marauders were not going to be in Firefight because they're an offshoot of GCPS. But then people were like, "Come on, you gotta have Marauders in Firefight." So it makes sense.
So I mean, let's kind of get to the conclusion here. Nightstalkers are cool. I want to see what they're gonna do in Deadzone. Don't really matter for me with Firefight, really. So,
But what the
you
only
know.
thing is we're probably going to get the Firefight set anyway, just because we want to.
Well, yeah,
Good
'cause
value.
it's a good value for everything. Honestly.
But think about it too. You get a whole Deadzone faction with more stuff than you're going to need, with
Right.
every contingency that you'll probably use in this.
Right.
With the certain amount of guys, even just us being Deadzone veterans, knowing that certain guys have certain things, so
Right.
you'll add that there. You might not take certain.
So if
guys.
I want to take 10 Spectres in Deadzone,
correct, you have them.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
But you can't take 10 Spectras because you can only take maybe 2 of them. But yeah, but the Spectras are awesome.
Starions over here.
As you saw in that one battle report, that Spectre went toe to toe and killed the.
No, he didn't kill the. I killed the Aberration killed the Spectre.
Oh, that's right. But then
he did.
then
They did. That was a good fight.
Then the Macedon had to kill. He had only one wound left. So
Right.
It was a little one-sided. But
All right.
yeah.
But anyway, so this is a long video. This is a long video, but a good one.
I don't know.
I think
I don't know how it turned into a rant, but it did.
it did. Yeah. So in the
But
comments,
this is important because people need to know. People want to know our.
the people want to know. Listen, down in the comments below, we want to know what you think about the Nightstalkers for Deadzone and Firefight and everything. We want to hear your opinions in the comments. Now, we also, in our link tree down below, we have our links to our social media. We have our links to our podcast, our Patreon, which if you feel so inclined, you can join that. Also, our YouTube
Just give us a
YouTube
thumbs up,
channel
and if it's
members.
your first time here, you got to subscribe. We're really trying to.
Yes, we have a
trying to
lot.
build
We have
that
a
up.
lot of stuff coming out, but also our Discord server. Join that because we have a lot of it was so funny because the Nightstalker stuff came out and the article and all that stuff.
Yeah, so definitely.
But after.
And if you
Oh, wait,
go
wait,
into
wait,
the
wait,
Discord
stop.
and tell Andrew
No,
that
stop,
the Rebs
stop.
suck and
I'm cutting
nobody
this out. I'm cutting
nobody
this out.
cares
I'm
about
cutting
the
this out.
Rebs. No, the only one who likes the Rebs is you and Brian. That's it. Nobody cares.
our Discord server. We talked about, like, when this stuff was coming out. I kept getting Discord notifications on my phone and on my laptop. I was at work today, and I kept and you know, Virgil's like, well, what is going on? And I'm like, the Nightstalkers are here.
It's big news.
Yeah, it is big
This
news.
is, I mean, honestly, this is like exciting that like a new faction in Deadzone is coming out. I mean, you know, it's been a while. Not only a new faction in Deadzone, something that's like excitingly awesome that's coming
Yes.
out in Deadzone. Please don't screw up these rules.
But again, subscribe for more Deadzone content when they come out in the companion with the rules for Deadzone. You bet your bottom dollar we're going to be doing a video for this, all right?
Oh yeah.
100% we're going to be doing a video on those stats, because that is what I'm most interested in, is the stats.
I think
Because
when this comes out, I got a special surprise for everybody.
Ooh, okay.
When the stats come out.
Yeah. So, but again, let us know in the comments below what you think about, you know, the Nightstalkers and everything. And, you know, thank you to our Patreon supporters and YouTube channel members for supporting us. Again, if you feel so inclined, we got the links to our link tree in our link tree down in the description below. And you check out our other videos. There's also videos on the screen here that you can check out. My phone fell out of my pocket. There's some videos on the screen that you can check out that we posted in the past. We got plenty of more Deadzone content coming out in the future, and also other games, videos and stuff like that. And yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments below. We got to point to the screen. We'll see you in the next one.